So if I see a friend flying a TB9 now, I can hop into it at any time because I already have the type rating from flight school. But that's not the area or specialization you're looking at. Hi guys, good day. How are you all doing? Welcome to today on Princess Anu-TV. Yeah. So, in case you're new to this channel and you don't know me, my name is Princess Anu, and on this channel we talk about aviation, motivation, and adventure. And if you've not yet subscribed, please do me that favor. Click on the subscribe button. Click. Yeah, click on the subscribe button and click on the bell so that whenever I post just any video, you'll be able to see it. Yeah, and I'm here today to answer a question. Someone was asking me, is the type rating together with the CPL program and all that? And I want to quickly explain something. Before you can go for a type rating or the kind of type rating I went for, like type rating for any of the commercial airlines and all, you need to have been done with your private pilot license, commercial pilot license, having a CPL, because it's that CPL license you are going to use to process that the documents and all that you need to go for the type rating. And it's even because we are in Nigeria, that's why we have to go outside Nigeria to do the type rating. We are in Nigeria, and Nigeria does not have that facility for now to do the type rating that we require, so we have to go outside. If you were in a place like the US, the UK, South Africa, and any of these other places, you can actually do your type rating within your country. So the issue of us traveling out and all that will not be in place, like if we were not not in Nigeria. Do you get? I want you to have a good picture of all the things. And now the money that you use to do your type rating is totally different from that which you are going to use for your initial training. The money for the initial training is different. The money for the commercial pilot training, the money for the type rating is different. They are not the same fees. And I'm going to tell you the truth. The truth today is that the money you're even going to spend for your initial type rating is even higher in most cases than the money you're going to spend we're doing your basic training. Like, you know, when I'm talking about basic training, I'm talking about first getting your commercial pilot license. That's the PPL. Then you get the CPL with your instrument and multi-engine included. Another thing about it is that sometimes most schools do the MCC and JOC differently. That's another thing you should note when you are going out to do your type rating. Which school are you picking? Are they going to include your JOC and MCC? Are they going to include it together, or are they going to charge you differently? Because I know that before I went for my type, there were some other schools that I communicated with, and they told me, they asked me, like, do I have an MCC and do I have a JOC? Like, if I didn't have it, they added it to the syllabus and they added the additional costing for the MCC and JOC. But there are some schools that MCC and JOC is incorporated in the whole program. You don't have to pay any extra money separate from the one you are already paying for the type rating for the MCC and JOC. So this type rating is different, totally different from your normal CPL and PPL. Another thing I want to add in some of these misconceptions concerning getting a type is that still in flight training, you're still going to get some type ratings. But these type ratings are single engine aircraft and just a few multi-engine aircraft. For instance, you flying the Cessna, before you can even fly the Cessna or the TB9 or the Beech 58, you need a type rating. Yes. But the thing about having that type rating is that it's not as complex as having for the commercial jets. These are not jet aircrafts. These are piston. These other ones we're talking about, that's this Cessna, and these other ones are piston aircrafts. So they are not a jet aircraft that has a lot of, like, you have multi-crew. You need like 2 people to fly them and all. Most of the time, where you have to spend a lot of money is when you need like 2 persons to kind of fly an aircraft. And we know the complexity when you have a lot of a complex system. You need pilot flying, pilot monitoring. But for Cessna and all, I know most of the time we fly with our co-pilots, and these are just like our colleagues, our friends, our instructors. But when you're doing the commercial stuff, it's not just you. In fact, there are some jet aircraft that even need 3 crew on board at all times. So these other ones, you do 2, like a pilot flying and a pilot monitoring. So both of you will have to fly the aircraft together. One person is reading the checklist, one person is doing the flying. In case of emergencies, one person is going to be reading the QRH, one person is going to be doing the flying. So it's not a one-man crew stuff. But you see, those kind of aircrafts that we use for type ratings and all in flight school, they are single man crew. Like only one person can actually fly these aircrafts and fly them very, very well. So even in flight school, you do type ratings. Like me personally, I did type rating on TB9, I did type rating on TB20, I did on the Beach 58, though the one I did on the Beach 58 was just for ground school. I only flew the aircraft once. Then I also did for the Diamond. I did for Diamond DA42NG. So I have these types, but according to NCAA, they didn't even put these types on my license because they are not seen as commercial types, or I really don't know the reason why they didn't put it on my license. But when you have an ARJ, or when you have a 737, or when you have a CRJ, or when you have which other aircraft do we have in Nigeria that is very common? CRJ, ERJs, 777. Yes, we have that because I know Epis has 777. We have Q400. We have the Q400-8. Then we have I'm trying to remember. There's this other one that's a bit. We have 8CRs. Yes, that Overland and all these other people use. When you have those ones, you have to leave the country, like leave Nigeria or your base, like to go do this, and they are quite expensive, especially those even turboprop aircraft. Turboprop aircraft, they are even more expensive than the jet aircrafts most of the time. I really don't know why. Okay, I think it's more complex to fly and all that because the other jet aircrafts, the systems and all are a little bit I think you can understand them better, or I really don't know the conceptual why they make these other ones more expensive than these other ones. So guys, generally I want you to know that in flight school you're going to do some type ratings, but this type rating is not the same with what you're going to do when you're going to the commercial line. When you're going to the commercial line, it's totally different. You have to save up some money, gather some money, and go do a commercial type rating, and on those jets or on the aircrafts that these airlines are flying. Or if peradventure any company, like private company and all, is using an aircraft like maybe a Cessna, not a Citation, Cessna Citation, because even if you're going to use, there are different levels of Cessna. Sometimes we talk about Cessna, most of the time we talk about Cessna 182. That one is the general stuff that everybody uses. When we talk about Cessna, there is the Cessna Citation. Those ones are classic jets, like companies used to fly. You even still have to go for type ratings for those ones. But now when I'm talking about regular aircraft like TB9, TB20, those smaller ones, you don't need to go for any type. So if I see a friend flying a TB9 now, I can hop into it at any time because I already have the type rating from flight school. But that's not the area of specialization you're looking at, because as a commercial pilot, you're already looking at you going to fly a jet aircraft in the commercial airliners, like going to carry passengers. So when you're going to carry passengers, your training is going to be different. So they teach you all those things: MCC, GOC. You have to do the type, you have to do the technicals, you have to do performance, you have to do all those things come into place. So guys, I hope I've been able to touch a little of some of the misconceptions people have concerning type rating and which of them is which, especially as freshers coming up. I can see a lot of you asking that question, like, wait, which other type rating am I going for? Is it the same thing with what you've already done in flight school and all that? They are totally different things. Though you also do type ratings in flight school and you also do type ratings after you leave flight school. So guys, this is all I have for this video. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for following through my journey. And I know that we'll continue to talk more and more as the day goes by. So I'll catch you next time on this channel. Keep watching MisconceptionsTv. Stay safe, be fine, be happy, and live your best life. Bye guys.